Zain Retherford had a rather silly weekend at Pan-Ams, teching 2 opponents and pinning the other 2. Though you can't be surprised by these results, Zain is one of the best Penn State wrestlers to come out of that school. A 3-time NCAA champion, got a silver medal at Worlds last year. He is damn good. Zain did have 4 matches. Did he beat Kyle Dake's record of finishing 4 matches in under 6 minutes? Match number 1 against Francisco Guzman. 20 seconds in, Guzman reaches with his left hand, and so Zain slaps it down. Zain does a light snap, which prompts Guzman to shoot a righty single that turns into a lefty high crotch. Guzman's head wasn't up, the penetration step or setup wasn't amazing, so it was pretty easy for Zain to sprawl, catch an arm drag for an easy go behind. This takedown, the sprawl, arm drag, go behind, or attack the leg to a go behind, has become super popular in recent years, making hand fighting and proper setups that much more important. No longer can you easily attack elbows and hold your opponent out in front if your shot fails. The arms aren't even available to grab, and the angle that is cut is so quick that there's not much you can do. Score is 2-0 Zain. 25 seconds in, Zain threatens a gut wrench and uses Guzman's reaction, how he's placing pressure and pulling his right knee up to get a leg in. Zain goes figure 4, that's when your right foot goes behind your left knee and starts to lift the right leg and put pressure to the far side. This is deceivingly difficult to stop when someone understands how to put pressure correctly. Then if they're strong with it because they have a lot of experience riding legs and doing stuff like this, it gets even worse. It completely torques and hurts your back, with the focus being your lower back right above your hips. Zain will maintain good hip pressure here, throw his right knee back towards Guzman's knee, and pull up, which bows out the lower back. Then Zain will put all of his pressure in a straight line towards the left shoulder as he throws his left hip down. All of this in combination starts to bow the entire back out, hurts a ton, and is super difficult to stop. Sticks you to the mat as you fight for dear life to stay off your back and hope for a stalemate because there's nothing you can do about it once it's all situated. We used to call this a leg whip. Zain pulls the head up to get a good crossface, arm across the throat to get back exposure for the 4-0 lead. Minute in, Zain has an underhook, snaps the head down to a front headlock, does another arm drag for an easy go behind once again. Score is 6-0 Zain. Zain gets this figure 4 once again, but this time it's much more powerful. He lifts that right leg, folds it up, and figure 4s the entire leg while it's bent like this. This puts even more pressure on the back because the foot is in between the 2 bodies, giving an extra point of leverage. Zain leg whips him to his back again, score is 8-0 Zain. The grip the figure 4 had around the foot slips a little, but it's no matter. Zain gets another leg whip for the 10-0 tech fall. Zain finishes his first match in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Match number 2 against Mauricio Lovera. Minute in, bunch of wrist control battles happening. Zain gets tired of it and takes a righty single. Lovera sprawls but doesn't circle to match the angle, so Zain circles towards a single, runs around back, pulls up both ankles, and gets the easy takedown. Score is 2-0 Zain. Zain throws his right leg in again. Notice how he puts his right hip down, then uses his left leg to drag the leg over his right leg and then secures it with the figure 4 again. Good leg riders will often use their legs like this to get legs in, allowing them to keep things controlled with their upper body, their arms, at the same time. You can do this kind of thing in folk style as well, though it works better if your hips are up and you pull the leg upward and hop the right leg in. If you put your hips down in folk style, your opponent can sit you to a crab ride and give you some issues. In freestyle, the bottom guy is basing out, so you don't have to worry about them moving as much. Zain does the same leg whip to get Lovera to his back. He then holds the right foot to the mat with his left hand to secure the position, takes his leg out, lets the shoulders slip under his crossface a little. As the shoulder slips, he then rewraps the crossface around the neck to keep it tight. Zain used to do this a lot in college as well to get pins. Zain secures the fall in 1 minute, 29 seconds. Zain has wrestled a combined time of 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Match number 3 against Vinicius de Silva. 8 seconds in, a little bit of hand fighting going on. Zain gets an easy push out, scores 1-0 Zain. Not much going on here. 38 seconds in, Zain actually gives up a takedown. They're in an over-under situation. Zain has that underhook on the left side. Silva does an arm spin on Zain's left side. Arm spins are interesting. You don't see them all that often, though they do make highlight reels. They don't seem to be crazy effective, but they can definitely catch you off guard. The arm spin itself doesn't do much. Zain sprawls back and it slips, but Silva's able to cover the hip and secure the takedown. 52 seconds in, Zain does a pass by on the left, holds onto that left elbow, grabs the collar and shoves the pass by and pulls himself to a lefty single. Snaps the collar down, locks the leg up for the easy takedown. Zain pretty much bullied him around here. Score is 3-2 Zain. Zain gets the leg in the same way he did before and then proceeds to tilt him twice with that leg whip before Silva finally rolls through, bringing the score to 7-2 Zain. Back up on their feet, they hand fight a little, nothing too crazy. Zain gets another easy push out, scores 8-2 Zain. Minute 40 in, Zain gets a lefty Russian on the right. He pulls the arm down and forward, which could lead to a sneaky little go behind. This is aimed at getting your opponent to fall to his hands at the very least, which he does do, and so Zain pulls himself into a righty single, circles around back for the easy takedown. 2 minutes in, more hand fighting going on. Looks like Silva tries to do another arm spin on Zain's left side, but epically misses, slipping off, falling to his base, and so Zain covers for the 12-2 tech fall in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Zain has wrestled a combined total of 5 minutes and 3 seconds. He must beat his next opponent in 57 seconds to beat Kyle Dake's time. Match number 4 against Quinton. 5 seconds in, Zain does a pass by on the left, pushing the elbow and getting an angle, but he turns into a front headlock. It can turn into many things, the righty high crotch, and if the guy circles away, you can go to a righty single, and I guess if his head goes down, you can can go to a front headlock. Zain snaps it down, gets an arm drag on the right. He does get to a single, but Quinton bails to a quad pod almost out of bounds. Zain is given the push-out point. Score is 1-0 Zain. 23 seconds in, Quinton takes a random high crotch from space, no setup, and so Zain is able to quickly snap the shoulder down, and then Zain does something you don't see that often these days. Controls the head with his right arm. With his left arm, he hooks over the arm, threads it over the head, and uses both arms to pull the head under and put Quinton on his back. We used to call this a quarter Nelson. Different from a half Nelson because you're out in front, and it's typically a lot weaker. Zain flips into his back though, switches to an over-under, wraps under the head with his left arm, and secures the fall in 47 seconds. Zain wrestled a combined time of 5 minutes and 50 seconds, beating Kyle Dake's record of just shy under 6 minutes. Anyways, it was a great showing for Zain. Wrestled a good tournament, even if some of the matches could be seen as easy. His motor was running as usual. He never seems to get tired, seldom gets into bad position, which makes him a very scary wrestler. His ability to use leg riding and freestyle is also really cool, something you don't see that often outside of using legs to get a trapped arm gut on the far side like Dayton Fix does.